Hello lovely, thank you so much for joining me today. If you haven't met me before, then hello, lovely to meet you. My name is Laura. Here on this channel I talk about all things makeup. I am 40 years old and makeup has been my longest and most consistent passion. I love trying new makeup, buying new makeup, learning about the industry and the history. I just absolutely love it, and that is what you will find on this channel. I just like to share my enthusiasm for all things beauty. This is obviously the look that I am creating today, although when I sat down I had absolutely no idea what I was going to be doing. I have I'm not necessarily wearing this top today, but I took inspiration for the eye look and went for sort of a 60s blue situation. I have quite an exciting announcement to make. I have been given an affiliate link and a discount code with Makeup Revolution. Can't believe I am saying it, and I am so grateful for the opportunity. The discount code will be on screen now and will also be in my description box, as well as the affiliate link. All of the products that I use from Makeup Revolution today were purchased myself. They haven't sent me any PR or anything like that. I have been given a gift card to purchase some bits from the website, but they haven't arrived yet, so everything I'm using today is my own. I've been using Makeup Revolution for a very long time, and if you're familiar with any of my videos you will know that I really rate the products, really rate the brand. I haven't really used anything from them that I don't like, and some of their products are daily staples within my routine. So yeah, as I say, I will put the link and the discount code in the description box. The discount code gives you 10% off your order. I think it's excluding sale items, and they have some fantastic new products on there. I'm super excited to get my order, and I will more than likely film with that and show you what I got. But yeah, this is the look that I've come out with today. Soft blue 60s vibes. Please excuse my brain fog today. I am on the struggle bus. But yeah, if you want to see me create this look, and I'm using a bunch of new products, testing a new primer, foundation, colour corrector and concealer combo, then do keep watching. Okay, so you will have already seen what look I create, but I currently have absolutely no clue what look I want to do today. My brain fog is so bad today. I'm really struggling to form sentences. I had a really bad flare up yesterday and I've been in a lot of pain the last couple of days. Don't feel too bad now, but my brain just feel like a slug. So we will see what we can come up with. We'll do our best. I have pulled a couple of products that I've had for a while now, but I haven't got round to using, and that is going to be my base combination. So I've got the Huda Beauty Easy Blur foundation and the Easy Blur primer. The primer I have already tried. I had a sample of it and absolutely loved it, so I do know how see what I mean? Brain fog. I do know how the primer performs, but I don't know about the foundation. I got the shade 140G Cashew. I'm hoping that's going to be a good shade. It's quite an extensive shade range, so I struggled with which one to choose. Then for the rest of my makeup, I might try some more new stuff, but we'll just see how it goes. And as I would have mentioned in the introduction, I Still can't believe it, but I now have a discount code with Makeup Revolution. I will put it on the screen for you and it will be in the description box. And I also have an affiliate link, so you can use whichever one you want. The discount code gives you 10% off. And I'm assuming the affiliate link is exactly the same. I'm not 100% sure how it all works because this is the first time I've ever had this kind of opportunity. It's all very new to me. The products that I'm going to be using today from Makeup Revolution were not gifted. I purchased all these myself. They have given me a gift card to choose some products from the website, but they aren't here yet. So all the products that I'm using today I purchased with my own money, and if you've watched any of my videos before, you know that I do use a lot of Revolution. I really rate the products, so it's not it's no big thing for me to be using them in my videos because I use them anyway. First product that I'm going to be using from Makeup Revolution is one that I use every time. This is the Line Fix Under Eye Primer, and as I've mentioned in a previous video, now I'm a bit older and I've got a little bit more movement under my eyes. I do find less is more with this product. I used to put quite a lot on, but just a tiny bit does the trick. And then I have a couple of like blemishes on my nose at the moment, and I'm going to use a tiny bit of my Dr. Jar Cica Pear once I've put on the primer. So let's open this bad boy up. I'll read you a little bit about it and then we'll see what it looks like. Okay, so the Easy Blur Primer by Huda Beauty is a silicone-free smoothing primer. I've just taken the seal off it and it comes out like a pink gel, and this is going to be replacing the Glowish Blur Jam, which I have and I absolutely love, and it is a very similar texture. The only difference is the Blur Jam is actually in a pot, in like a glass jar, and this is obviously in a squeezy tube. And I instantly, when I first used this, when I got the sample of it, I did instantly notice that blurring, smoothing effect. It feels really lovely. It's not like drying or anything like that. It actually feels quite nice and hydrated, but it does mattify and smooth everything over, and it's just a stunning base for makeup. When I use the sample, because I only had like a tiny little sample of it, what I was doing was using it in combination with another primer. So say like a grippy jelly primer or a glow booster or something like that. A drugstore one that I've tried recently that this is very similar to is the Maybelline Poreless Jelly Primer. These are so similar. I would just say that this one is slightly more hydrating. This one is, it actually says hydrating blur primer, and it's got 2% niacinamide. Both of them are absolutely stunning, and I'm glad to have both of them in my collection. Now I'm just going to do a little bit of my Dr. Jar Cica Pear. My cheeks aren't too bad, it's just the couple of blemishes on my nose. And obviously I have done my brows, and I've got a little bit of concealer around them just to help blend in with my foundation. And my brows at the moment are a right state. I really need to tint them, shape them and all of that business, so they aren't looking their best. Now I have dampened my sponge just in case, because I haven't tried the Easy Blur foundation, so this is the total first impression. This contains 1.5% niacinamide. It says it's weightless, comfortable, buildable blur, and I'm really hoping the shade is gonna be okay. Usually I go for like a cool undertone, but this is like neutral golden, I think it was, so let's give it a go. Looks like it's going to be a good colour match. It's not super liquidy and super runny, but it is more on the thinner side. Okay, so I'm just going to dot a couple of bits around. Has a slightly strange scent to it. Okay. Get my mirror. The shade is pretty spot on by the looks of things. It definitely is a foundation and not a skin tint. It has the look and coverage of a foundation. I think I just need a little bit more on my forehead. And it is instantly sort of like drying down. I noticed it on the back of my hand that it dried quite quickly. It's not one of those foundations that is completely seamless. You can see that I'm wearing foundation, but that is really not something that really bothers me too much. It has really good coverage. It's blending easily. I think I am going to need to go over it with my sponge. I perhaps needed with this foundation a slightly denser foundation brush. This one is a little bit flimsy. It's all blended in perfectly, but I am just going to go over it. Just to sort of push it in. It definitely is very blurring. It's so lightweight, it really is light feeling on the skin. The only thing I would say, but it's gone now that I've gone over it with the damp sponge, is I could see it sort of around my nose, but now I've pounced the damp sponge over it, I can't see it anymore. The colour match is perfect. Yes, so far it's looking pretty darn good. Right, now let me get my concealer and colour corrector. I think I am going to try, it's probably a bit risky, but I've been dying to try these. I'm going to try a new colour corrector and a new concealer as well. We're trying quite a lot of new stuff today, but this is stuff that I've just had sitting around and I've not got round to trying them out, so we're going to do it today. So this is the Kosas Revealer Extra Bright Serum Powered Colour Corrector, and I got the shade Magic. I usually would do my colour corrector and concealer before my foundation, but I forgot today. So this is what it looks like. It's a very light pink, and I've heard really good things about this, so let's see what it's like. I'm probably taking a bit of a risk using so much new stuff, but it's a totally different kind of pink to the Huda one that I use. This one is much more of a light, like candy pink. So much more brightening before I've even added concealer than the Huda Beauty one. I mean, you can see there's a stark difference between my under eyes and the foundation. So this is one that I definitely should have put on first before my foundation, but it's incredibly brightening. And then finally gonna get round to trying this. This is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Concealer, and I got the shade 1C. I'm still not sure whether I want to get the foundation. It used to be my favourite foundation, but obviously my skin has changed an awful lot since I used it. I like the doe foot on this concealer. I haven't had to dip back in yet. Okay, and I think because that colour corrector was so bright, I'm going to use a different concealer brush. Okay, so far I'm really liking this concealer. Wow, that looks gorgeous under my eyes. Ooh, the combination of that colour corrector and that concealer. I need to try them separately with other products that I'm very familiar with to see if it is both of them that are beautiful, or if it's just like a combination of the two. Oh, look at my under eyes. And my skin in general. Wow, I am very, very impressed with both of those. Okay, and for cream bronzer and contour, I'm going to be using some of my favourites from Makeup Revolution. This is the Ultra Cream Bronzer in the shade Light, and then I'm going to use my Precise Contour and Highlight Stick in the shade Light to contour around my lips and my nose. And this cream bronzer is so incredibly pigmented. Because my brain fog's so bad today, I feel like I forgot to do something, like I've missed a step or something. And just as I'm blending that cream bronzer, I've noticed that the foundation has completely dried down. It's completely set itself. So I could actually get away with not powdering this, but I do like to powder my face. So I'm going to powder anyway, but I could get away with not powdering if I didn't want to. Okay, and for cream liquid blush, I'm going to be using one of the NYX Fat Cheeks in the shade Papaya Plump. I've got a few of these. I have already tried this formula and absolutely love it. I just haven't used this particular shade. This is like a peachy colour. These smell divine and they blend so well. They're gorgeous. One of the nicest liquid blushes that I've used from the drugstore. Okay, and I am just loving how my base is looking. It's looking really good. And I haven't set it yet. To set under my eyes, I'm going to be using my MAC Prep and Prime. This is just the transparent. And then a recent favourite, I'm going to be using the Say Slip Tint Undetectable Baked Setting Powder in Translucent 1 to set the rest of my face. Now this is a very like radiant setting powder, which I think will look nice with this more like matte foundation. So I'm just going to set under my eyes and the rest of my face, and then for bronzer I'm going to be going in with my Giorgio Armani. Okay, so that is my face all set, and I must say I am really loving this base. My skin is quite matte, which is different from how I usually like my skin, but in this hotter weather it is what I've been looking for, and I've got a lovely radiance from the powder and the bronzer, so I am really happy with how my skin's looking. I've just set my eyelids with one of the DNM Beauty eyeshadow sticks. This is my mum got me a big pack, well, she got me 2 big packs of eyeshadow sticks for Christmas from TikTok shop, and this is just in the shade Pearl White, which I've just set my lids. And I think eyeshadow today, I'm going to be using my Natasha Denona Pastel palette. This is in my current Shop My Stash at the moment, and the last time I used this palette, I did a super simple look with just 2 eyeshadow, well, 3 eyeshadows, and I did like a 60s kind of a vibe, like a mint across the lid and a thick black wing. Today I think I want to do something similar, like a very simple 1 to 2 shades, and maybe a wing, I'm not 100% sure, but I want to use this shade Airy, again for something a bit like 60s vibe-ish. I'm not necessarily wearing this top today, so that's not why I've chosen the blue, but I haven't actually used this shade yet in the palette, so I want to try that out today. And the way I did the look with the mint shade that I used was so simple. I literally took like a fluffy brush and blended it all over my lid and into the crease. So I'm going to do very similar. So I'm going to take the shade Airy and I'm just going to go in. Like I say, I have no clue what I'm doing today. This could look good or it could look awful. Blue is not a colour I am particularly fond of for makeup, but I have them and I need to use them. And for pastels, these are just, they're so pigmented. Okay, and then I'm going to take this shade Bubble, which is one of the like creamed powders, and I'm just going to smudge a little bit of this along my lash line. I don't think it'll do too much, but I just want to add a little bit of depth there on the outer corner. I think it's more just changed ever so slightly the tone of blue. Okay, and then that is pretty much all I'm going to do on my eyes. I'm just going to take a little bit of this shade Illusion, which is like a white to pink duochrome, and just put that on my inner corner. And then I am going to do a black wing and a load of mascara. Okay, and that is my eyes done. For my eyeliner, I used Beauty Bay liquid eyeliner in the shade Domino. Unfortunately, this was my last use of this today. was crumbling and going under my eyes, and I had to use a little liner brush to complete this side. So that has had it today, and I'm also going to be retiring my mascaras, the L'Oreal Lash Paradise Lash Primer and the Maybelline Firework. I've been using both of these for a lot longer than I should have done, and they have both gone quite clumpy on my lashes, so those are all three going to be retired. I do have another firework on the go as well, but this one definitely has had its day. For my blush today, I'm going to be using my Dior Backstage in the shade Coral. This is the old one. I haven't put, this is the only one of these Dior blushes that I own. They're so expensive really for what they are. So I'm going to, I was thinking of picking up one of the blush sticks and the new powder blushes. I liked the shade Toffee and Rosewood, but I decided against it. Maybe when I'll put them on my Christmas list or something. Okay, that's that. Now for highlighter, I'm going to use a couple of drops of my Revolution Bright Light Glow drops in the shade Star Dew Gold. Oh crikey, you can see I've got off that eyeliner all over me. So I'm just putting a tiny bit on the back of my hand, and I'm just going to tap it on the high points. And then when that's dry, I'm just going to go over with my blusher just to blend my highlight and blush together. For my lips today, I want to use one of my Revolution Jelly blushes. This is a lip and cheek stain in the shade Peach, just on the centre of my lips. I absolutely love these, but I probably use them more on my lips than on my cheeks. There we go. And then for my actual lippy today, I think I'm going to just use lip liner and a lip oil. I don't fancy doing too much lips today. Yeah, we'll do that. So we'll go for NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner in the shade Rosé the Day, and the Fat Oil Lip Drip in the shade Losing Control. This is from the shade extension that they did. They brought some like nudes out, and they were all like named after like ice cream themes. I love those jelly blushes on the lips because you just get this like hint of colour, like you've had like a lollipop or something like that. And then I'm just going to go over with the lip gloss, well, lip oil. And this is like a sheer bricky red. I love these. are so comfortable and they smell lovely. And I'm just going to go over now with my blush brush. And that's me done. So that is my finished look. Something very different for me. I had absolutely no clue what I was going to do when I sat down here to film, but I quite like this. Like I say, blue is not my colour. Go for ya. It's not a colour that I wear very often, especially in makeup. But I hate the thought of these pretty blue eyeshadows in my collection going unused. So, and I do think this is quite a cute, like 60s vibe with the liner. I was thinking when I was off camera to do lashes, but I just couldn't be bothered. You know, I can barely string a sentence together today, so putting eyelashes on was a step too far. But yeah, that's me done. I'm not 100% sure what the plan is for today now. We were going out for lunch with my aunt, but she's cancelled because she's got a cold, so I'm not 100% sure what we're doing. But yeah, that's my look for the day. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I really do appreciate it. And if you do decide to purchase anything from Makeup Revolution using my link or code, I massively appreciate any support. It means the absolute world to me. It's kind of a pinch me moment to have a code. I've been on YouTube for years, and this is the first sort of opportunity really that I've been given. So yeah, thanks for watching, lovely, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye. And this is one of those foundations that just got better the longer I wore it. I also had a flare up and it looked amazing.